Good afternoon, everyone, and I'd like to welcome all those here and all those watching on TV to our December meeting of our Murfreesboro Parks and Recreations Commission. I'd like to start off by saying happy holidays to everyone, and I'll call this meeting to order. And the first item, Dr. Gloria Bonner will lead us in a prayer and pledge, please.
Thank you so much. And as we celebrate the first 2 weeks of the Advent season, let us remember to let the peace of God rule in our hearts. May we pray. Gracious God, grant that we may find hope and peace as we celebrate this great season. May there be peace in our city and in our county as well as the countries of the world. Help us to seek the path of peace in our lives and then grant us courage to follow those paths. Lord, help us to remember that you only are the giver of hope, lasting peace, and enduring love, and that you are always present. In your Son's name, amen. Stand for the pledge, please. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Dr. Bonner.
Welcome.
You know you're the best.
Practice.
So first item, we have commission members in front of you. You have our minutes from our last meeting. If you'll take a second and review those, and then I'll entertain a motion that we hopefully accept those minutes.
I move we approve the minutes.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Thank you so much. And first thing I want to do is, regretfully, I have a plaque to hand out to one of our commission members who's served us well for 11 years now. Mr. Ricky Turner here is going to step away and pursue other things in his career, and we will miss him. We'll miss his guidance. We'll miss your wisdom. We'll miss your integrity and your good common sense solutions to some of the situations and the problems we have. So thank you for serving on this commission, and I want to present you this plaque for your 11 years of service.
Thank you. One thing you forgot to mention, my fancy dressing, so.
How can I miss that?
But it has been my pleasure to serve on this board for the past 11 years. Met some great people, made some great decision making, and my prayer and my wish is just continue doing good work for the city of Murfreesboro and its citizens. Thank you.
Okay, Nate, you and the mayor are going to talk about our many awards that we have gotten again this year.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we're excited. We attended the Tennessee Recreation and Parks Association conference back in November, and were able to submit for some programming awards and some staff awards for all the hard work that all of our staff put in, and we have several winners. The Tennessee Recreation and Parks Association a few years ago consolidated the amount of awards that they provided, so we're proud to take home a good percentage of those awards and just recognize the people who are doing just great work that we appreciate so much. Mayor McFarland's here to help us pass these out. It's a kind of a tradition, so we appreciate Mayor McFarland being here, and he's going to give a description, and we're going to introduce you to some people.
This is, I don't know how many years this has been since I've been able to come and do this, but it's one of the highlights of the year to be able to come and our residents and more importantly our children get to see all year long how how good of a job that the Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation Department does. And so it's it does not go without the hard work with a lot of the people who are doing the work to make all of us look good. And so it's always good to be able to recognize them. I will say, Ricky, you pointed it out, but I heard common sense, decision making, and then the first thing that came to my mind was fashion sense as well. So we're definitely gonna miss that, and I know the people that the council have appointed. Kent Seiler is coming on board, and Charlie Montgomery coming on board, and I feel confident in saying that neither one of them have your fashion sense. All right, we'll start with the Dennis Rainier Award, presented by the Athletics Branch, recognizes an individual who demonstrates excellence in athletic planning and programming. This year, the winner is recipient Michael McCafferty. All right, next, the Wayne Hansard Award, presented by the Municipal County Intersection, recognizes an individual who demonstrates excellence in the maintenance of parks, facilities, and grounds. The recipient is Shane Phillips. And I know we always recognize when there are things that we can improve. And Nate, I don't know how many years ago that it's been that Shane and his team came on board, really, that we started a maintenance division inside the Parks and Recreation Department. There's a lot of things that I hear. Complaints on our baseball fields, our soccer fields, and all of our grounds is not one of them. I know Bill's like I am. He's on the fields a lot during the summer. And so a great job to that entire team. The Arts Award, presented by the Programming and Recreation Branch, recognizes an individual that has demonstrated innovation and creativity and inspires others to develop similar programs. This year, the recipient is Susan Hicks. We have one award, and Von Schell's not here, but the Special Events Award is presented by the Programming and Recreation Branch. It recognizes an individual that has demonstrated innovation and creativity and inspires others to develop similar programs. This year, the recipient is Von Schell Stembridge. Congratulations to all. And, you know, I know behind every one of these award winners, if we were to ask all of them to get up and speak, they will tell you that it's the team that also is working with them that does all the heavy lifting. So thank you all for all your hard work, and a Merry Christmas to all. Commission members, thank you for your hard work too. We appreciate what y'all do and what you continue to do. So thanks again.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Nate, I think these awards that we've gotten, we're always responsible for probably, maybe not the majority, but we probably get most of the awards at the state level for any particular municipality. Is that correct?
I think, Chairman, we represent pretty well. And I'd say we have a staff that reflects the mindset of an award-winning staff, that are progressive, that are always pushing the envelope and trying to keep facilities open longer and do more things. And we just have an amazing team we're blessed to be able to work with. So, yes, sir.
That's great. Again, Michael, Shane, Susan, and Montshell, thank y'all so much, and we appreciate your good work. And we know, as the mayor mentioned, that you have a good team behind you. So we're second to none there. Thank you so much. Okay, next item on the agenda. We're gonna, Nate, you're back up. You're gonna give us a report on 4 months worth of finances.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, this is just an update that we've been providing. This one is our 4 month into our budget. cycle, and I think we're performing well. We're seeing some areas of revenue increases that we weren't expecting, and that's a good thing. So we're hitting all of our benchmarks, and just wanted to provide that for you and show you what we're doing and how we're performing from a fiscal standpoint.
Any questions?
Nate, as we approach the remainder of the year, do you anticipate, are there any things that, I don't want to say concern you, because that sounds a little alarming, but any things out of the ordinary? What's going to characterize, I guess, the remainder of the year, and from where you're sitting now and taking a look at that?
No, nothing, Mr. Cunningham, concerns me at all. I think we're performing well in each area. I think we're going to hit all of our benchmarks. We're about to enter our budget season, and we'll work with our leadership team this year to make sure we're setting those revenue expectations correctly for our next fiscal year. But no concerns. I think some of the things you'll see is some of our athletic facilities will do more revenue than what is expected, specifically Siegel Park, because we're running wide open there right now. And the turf fields that we have, the indoor facility that's about to come on, it's really going to expand what we can do out there. I know this past weekend we hosted the ECNL tournament at Siegel, which, Brittany, how many teams?
About 9 teams, and only 3 from Tennessee.
Yeah, so we hosted 90 teams, 3 from Tennessee, so it's a huge economic impact. And that speaks to, like I said, the staff that works through the rain and everything, and Brittany coordinating all of that. So that would be one thing I think you can see us outperform is that area. And then you'll see a bump once we get into our spring season with some of the other facilities and programs and events.
How is the work going on Siegel? I know that that's an ongoing
Yeah.
situation, but we're still rocking and rolling there against the schedule, and
We're excited. We're going to have our open house in January when we do our grand opening. The facility is substantially complete. We have the turf inside the building. It's a 110,000 square foot indoor facility. So we're completing some site work outside, removing some construction roads. The next element is the safety netting and safety padding that's going in. That will be on January 4th is when that starts. So we can't do anything. We had to kind of get delayed on their schedule just a little bit because we couldn't provide certainty. So that goes in on January 4th, and I think it takes 2 or 3 days just to install that, and we'll be able to start booking from there. So
if you look at a little longer reach, and I don't want to get too far ahead because we're growing so fast, who knows what's going to happen. But if you look at let's say a 1 to 3 year window, do you see any major initiatives, projects that we should be thinking about? Or I know we got West Park that's going to come at some point in time when things kind of settle themselves out. But any other things that you can think of?
That was the one that I was going to mention. Mr. Huddleston is over Development Service. He provided an update a couple of months ago on that, and I think that property swap is impending towards the end of the year, right after the first of the year. Then we start with the zoning, and then we can start planning that park. So that's something you can see coming down the pipe. I think for a broader picture, I'll provide you with more of our CIP funds that are available, and you can see it'd be hard to pinpoint 1 or 2 things because we have a lot of projects on the horizon. So I'll provide the commission an update on all of our funded projects that we have coming in the next probably 5 years.
Okay.
It'd be a little bit more of a comprehensive look than thinking about 1 or 2.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Anyone else? Looking at the budget, looks like we're right on plan, bottom line. So thank you so much. Next item, Brittany, you're going to tell us about the daddy-daughter dance? Can we throw in granddaddies too?
Absolutely. We are, the first Daddy-Daughter dance was last year. It was a huge success. Priscilla and Patterson staff did very well, and we're bringing it back again. It will be February 11th from 5 to 8 at Patterson Community Center. I'm here today to propose a new fee. It would be $15 per person. Last year it was $15 per couple, and then if you had a sibling, it was $5. Really confusing, and people rather just pay $15 per person, and that's what happened to a lot of it. So I'm here today to propose $15 per person for the dance. Financial assistance will be given if needed. I'll take any questions.
Any questions to Brittany? I know this was a big success last year.
Very much so.
Do we know numbers from last year?
I think around 80 or so from last year. Don't quote me on that, but Priscilla had a sickness in the family. She couldn't be here today.
It was an exceptional event. I attended just to observe the momentum, and it's probably one of the best events I've ever attended. The fathers were there to let their daughters know their true value, and you all took care of every detail. The venue was exceptional, and Councilman, you may remember in your band days, there was a song, I Guess You Can Say. What can make me feel that way? My girl.
Yeah, my girl.
And those fathers made sure that every daughter escorted there felt like a princess. So I really support it and would approve the recommendation for the price, $15 per person. Please let us know how we can support it financially as well.
Absolutely.
It's just a great event.
Dr. Bonner, if I can add one thing about the cost. It's $15 per person. Our financial assistance policy does apply to this, but we have worked in a mechanism. If somebody can't afford it but doesn't qualify for financial assistance, we'll be able to help them out.
Right,
So.
exactly.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Of course, there are none. Thank you, Brittany.
Thank you.
Very well said, Dr. Bonner. Thank you so much. Okay, next item. Mr. Bart, BOGO time.
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman and members of the commission, I'm before you today seeking approval to begin our annual buy one, get one free, or as we call it, the BOGO special, which hopefully will start next Monday, December the 12th, 2022, and end on Sunday, January the 15th of 2023. We've been doing this sale for the past 15 years, and along with Patterson, it has been highly successful in retaining our customer base and bringing in new customers. We started advertising out at our facilities here, a couple of weeks ago, so we've had a lot of response. We do have people that start asking about this, really in July and August, if we're going to have it again, and hopefully we can. We do try to make it as easy as we can on our customers, and it's a great deal for a Christmas gift or birthday gift or any kind of gift, really, where you can buy one, and if you don't want to give it, wait till Christmas. What we do, we have a envelope that says a gift for you, and then it has a voucher in it, and you can buy this, buy one, get one free. Put this in the envelope, put the person's name on it, who gave it, receipt number, and when we sold it. So we try to make it easy as we can on our customers, and it's been a huge success for us. We were down a little bit in the COVID years, of course, but picked back up a little bit last year. So hopefully we'll have a big turnout and have a big sale this year, along with help from Patterson Park. So I'll be glad to ask any questions if you have them.
Any questions? I know this is a big deal. You get hundreds of memberships this way, I remember, so.
We get a lot, and the word's getting out, and we're asking, people have been calling asking when does it start. So we're expecting a big turnout this year.
I think it's cool, too, that you give these free passes out with the membership so that they can give them to people and get them in
Right,
there.
on the monthly passes will be, if you buy a month, you get a month free, you get a pass. The more months you buy, the more free passes you get. Hopefully that'll entice their friends or whoever they see, give them a free pass to get in. And we feel like with Patterson and SportsCom, once we get them into the facility and see what we have to offer, there's a good chance we'll get them to become members, hopefully. So that's what we're trying to do. It's a great product. It's the best deal in town as far as I'm concerned. So hopefully in a New Year's resolution too. A lot of people do that for that. So coming in after the holidays. So
I know we've talked about it at previous meetings, but what are the numbers that SportsCom and for Dr. Jenkins at Patterson, the membership numbers?
We have roughly, I can tell you, I've got the revenues from the past years on the sale. Of course, the COVID years were down, but in 2018 and 19, Sportscom had took in 220,000 on the sale. And also in Patterson, it took in around 170,000. So they're very good. Numbers are picking up. Like I said, right after when COVID hit, we went down some, which was normal. So, but they're picking back up steadily, getting back to pre-COVID years.
So we're not quite there yet, but we're trending
Getting
towards
close.
that. And obviously,
Yes,
we're anticipating that's going to help us at both locations.
Oh, yeah, we can tell numbers and people coming in the city are picking up slowly but surely after, the COVID years. So hopefully we'll have a big year this year and really push us over, over the top.
Do I have a motion that we approve the annual BOGO sale along with the free passes that come with the purchase?
So move.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Of course, there are none. Thank you so much, Bart, for
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to mention, I know Linda's going to mention it later, but I'd like to see everybody here for the Polar Bear Plunge, January the 7th. And I remember all of you. We'll give you a special gift. You can go in the indoor pool and swim till 12 o'clock that day. So, but anyway, that's a big day for us. Hope to see you then.
I thought y'all just had that.
Hey, Bart, remind them of the cost of the Polar Bear Plunge in case that's a barrier.
The Polar Bear Plunge, if you bring a can of food, of course, you get in free. Hopefully we have from 8:30 to 10, we have what we call the Christmas getaway event inside in the gym where we have games for the kids. We'll have films going on, we'll have music, we'll have donuts and coffee. And then at 10 o'clock, we will all get together and walk outside to the outdoor pool and jump into the warm waters of Burrow Beach.
See you then.
See y'all then.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's an awesome time, so very good. Even if you don't jump in, it's a lot. Okay, thank you, Bart. Next on the agenda, we're going to discuss, Dawn Thomas is going to discuss Adventure Day.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me here. And if it's okay with the commission, I'd also like to talk and consider the activity fee changes as well, so I don't have to come up again, if that's okay.
Very good.
All right. So Adventure Day, we're excited to offer this one-day program this summer for ages 10 to 12. The Wilderness Station staff would like to offer Adventure Day on June 29th, 2023, from 9 to 4 p.m. for ages 10 to 12. Participants will get to go kayaking, learn archery, go hiking, and learn survival skills all in one day. It's just kind of a fun day for them for one day. And say if they maybe don't want to do the camps, this would be another way for them to get involved. Fiscal impact would be a $25 fee plus a $10 activity fee to help offset the costs associated with the program. And it is recommended that the commission approve the Adventure Day program and the requested fee. Thank you.
Very good, Dawn. Any questions on Adventure Day? Sounds like fun to me.
We are going to offer another adult Adventure Day like proposed last time this summer, so be on the lookout for that. We'd love for you guys to join.
Very good, great. Okay, do I have a motion that we approve Adventure Day program with the fees associated with it?
Move approval.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you so much, Dawn. And you're still up, right? Correct.
Yes, I'm going to bring up the next thing on the agenda. I moved it from, I think it's further down, but it's Wilderness Station Summer Camp Fee Increase. The summer camps at the Wilderness Station are very popular and fill very quickly. Costs have increased in terms of activities and program supplies. We do a lot of fun things, from caving to hiking to kayaking to going to places and actually having a lot of different people come out as well, such as the Earth Experience. Our camps are still very cost effective and affordable for families. The fiscal impact proposed is a $10 activity fee increase to help offset the costs associated with the camps. Current activity fees for outdoor Murfreesboro camps range from $15 to $65 and would be increased to $25 to $75 depending on the camp offered. And it is recommended that the commission approve the increase in summer camp fees as proposed. Thank you.
I just want to say it's actually a $25 fee increase instead of the $10.
Okay. Any questions?
So moved.
All right, have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you so much, Dawn.
Thank you for having me. Have
We
a
know
good
you guys are busy
holidays.
out there. Know it's wet out there today, huh? Yeah. Okay, Jacob, you're gonna talk to us about backpacking series out there.
Yep. So I know, I think Outdoor Murfreesboro has done this in the past, but I guess it's been a few years, especially with the COVID years, that kind of nicked everything in the butt for a little bit. But I'd like to bring back the Intro to Backpacking series to get people interested in outdoors, but also people that are just your avid hikers, maybe looking for something more, kind of curious about backpacking, but just didn't know where to start. This would be like the class for them. So we'd go over the basics, like how to plan your trip accordingly to your skill set and to what you're looking to get out of it. All the gear you'll need specifically to do it and to be successful and have fun. I've had a lot of really bad backpacking trips because I didn't have the proper gear. So I can tell them from experience why this stuff is important, why it's designed the way it is. Then of course, safety in the wilderness, because you don't want to end up like one of the Outdoor magazine articles that everyone learns from. This will be a 5-class series. Ages are 15 plus. And then the series will be classroom setting with then also going out and actually hiking with the last day of the class or the course being an actual overnight camping trip. So the first class would be December 30th and then the second January 20th. Those two classes would be the classroom instruction time. So like PowerPoint presentation of what backpacking would be. The second one would actually be going over like packing our packs and practicing it. And then those next 3 days, February 25th and March 25th will be practice hikes, increasing the distance as we go. And then the last one, April 22nd to the 23rd, will be the overnight trip down in the South Cumberland area. The fee that I'm proposing is $75 to help offset the cost of traveling, the time of paying for staff, and then also the gear that could be included if they so choose and need the gear. So the recommendation is just the commission to approve this program in the requested fee.
Very good, Jacob. Any questions for Jacob? Is there, I'm glad to see this program. I think it'll really be a cool thing. And I can remember it back many years ago in my younger days. I had to wait to get to college before I took a little course like this and learned a little bit about the trails and backpacking. So that's a cool thing. I see your first class is like December the 30th, so that's pretty soon. So is there like a lot of current interest out there?
I just got an email today actually about a high school nearby. I believe it's Rockville, or I'm sorry, I'm not from here, so I'm still learning all the high school stuff. But a high school nearby, they just shared interest with some of their students. I think they have an organization there that are looking to get into backpacking. And then also just people from talking, I'm a rock climber, and just the nearby rock climbing gym, a lot of people have shared interest as well, and just asked about where backpacking is and how to get into it and such.
Great. So I'm sure we'll get the word out and get some information out so people can see it to sign up. Is there a limit to the number of participants?
I believe I have it capped at 10, which can be opened up a couple more, just with our van can only hold so many people.
Very good. Do I have a motion that we approve this new program and fee?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There are none. Very good, Jacob, and I think you're still up.
I am, yep. And then, along with the backpacking trip, we would like to do a teens overnight backpacking trip over in the summer. Also to kind of, if people can't afford necessarily the whole week of summer camp, this will help get them outside still and have some fun over the summer. So it's similarly designed, except it's just going to be one day with a mandatory pre-trip meeting sometime before the actual day of the class or the trip will be, is to be determined, but the trip itself is July 6th at 9 a.m. is the meet time, and then that'll go until July 7th until 4 p.m. will be pickup time. And that mandatory pre-trip meeting is mainly there for the participants and their parents to come, so they learn what the trip is going to be about. We'll go over the safety, how to pack your pack and stuff like that day. That way we don't necessarily kill up too much time of the first day of the actual trip. The participants will pay $50 with a $30 activity fee. Again, that's just there to help offset the cost of travel, camping, fees, the gear provided, and stuff like that. And same thing, it's recommended that the commission approves the program and the program fee.
Any volunteers for chaperones?
It'll be a fun time.
Any questions? Do I have a motion that we approve this new program and fees?
So move.
And a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Of course, there are none. Hey, Jacob, I suggest that maybe you get Angela Jackson to help you chaperone a little bit. A few years ago, she took myself and my family on an overnight trip up on top of Patterson Park over there. Not Patterson, but Barfield.
I became a miller that day.
Yeah, you sure were. You sure were. And thank you so much for that. So she'll make a good chaperone for you, believe me.
Keep that in mind.
Thank you, Jacob.
Thank you very much.
So, looking like that's about it. Do we have, of course, we got Melinda Tate, and Melinda's going to tell us a whole lot of things, I'm sure. So, take it away, Melinda.
Good afternoon. And yes, we do have a lot going on, as usual. Starting off with our drive-through Christmas lights at Cannonsburg Village. It started last weekend. It's every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night through December 18th. It's absolutely free. And this past weekend, we had over 1,700 cars go through. It's a sweet little event. You stay in your car, and it's a lot of fun for the kids and parents. We have our Santa Splash and Dash this Friday, December 9th, from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Patterson Park Indoor Swimming Pool. The kids will make an ornament. They'll enjoy a meal, which will probably be pizza, and enjoy lots of swimming. It's only $5 per person if you pre-register, and then it's $7 on Friday. It's limited to 40 participants, and just a tip, this is a pretty good babysitting opportunity, I think. I don't know if you've done the math, but it's a good deal. Nature in the Wild Art Fair this Saturday, December 10th. It's inside the Wilderness Station, so it's more nature in the tame wild, I guess, at Barfield Crescent Park. There'll be woodcrafts, photography, paintings, nature-made items, clay creations, and we'll have door prizes throughout the day. That night, from 6 to 8, also at the Wilderness Station at Barfield Crescent Park. From 6 to 8, we'll have fun music featuring the Tipton County Travelers. They play a variety of genres, and it'll be free, and it's lots of fun for all ages. If you're worried about the kids going a little wild at Music in the Wild, it's okay. It's for everybody. We've got a little area that they can play, and it'll be a lot of fun. As Bart was saying, our buy one, get one free sale begins Monday, December 12th. It's for the individual, yearly, and monthly passes to both Patterson Park and SportsCom. And you can purchase these at SportsCom and Patterson. And as he said, it's a very, very popular sale for us. The Christmas parade, I'm happy to announce that Leanne and Bart Walker will be our grand marshals this year. And the parade is Sunday, December 11th at 2 p.m. It begins around MTSU on Main Street, and it will travel down Main Street and end up around the square. And it's always a very fun, festive event. I believe we have about 160 parade entrants this year.
We had our superintendent, Dr. Trey Duke, in the parade last year with the bookmobile. That was exciting. Thank you for that.
Great day.
Something I wanted to mention for Bart, the Customer Appreciation Day at SportsCom will be this Friday from 9:30 to 1, and they always have some really good refreshments if you want to stop by then, this Friday, December 9th. Our New Year's Day 5K, January 1st. This year it's at 10 a.m., and registration is open now. There are still spots available. It's only $25 per person. You get a souvenir shirt, a medal, and then age group awards will be given out. You can go to our website for a link to sign up or go to runsignup.com. This is new this year, Christmas at Patterson, Friday, December 16th from 6 to 9. Santa will be there in his sleigh. Bring your camera. We're going to have do-it-yourself photos. You can make a Christmas ornament and cookie decorating. There will be story time with Mrs. Claus. You can write a letter to Santa, and all of this is free for all ages. And Bart did mention the Polar Bear Plunge. This is benefiting Special Olympics, Saturday, January 7th at Burrow Beach. The Arctic Adventure in the Gym at SportsCom begins at 8:30 with refreshments, games, and a costume contest. There'll be more information on our website about this. And again, we're having the indoor triathlon at Patterson Park, Saturday, February 23rd. Registration for this event opens December 30th. $30 per person, and there will be different times that you will start. So not everyone will try to be on a stationary bike at the same time. Again, everything about these events and a lot more can be found on our website at murfreesboroparks.com. You can check the calendar of things to do. You can also search by facility or by the activity. And we have all of our social media, Facebook accounts. You can visit there, and yeah, lots of ways to find out all the information, all the events and programs going on. Does anybody have any questions?
Thank you, Melinda. We are very blessed to have all these activities and events, and we couldn't do any of it without the staff that we have that puts it all on for us. So our citizens are truly blessed. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Is there any other business to come in front of the commission this month?
Mr. Chairman, if I could, as we close out the year, I just want to say on behalf of our whole team, we appreciate the whole commission's support over the year in helping us really achieve a lot of goals, and trust and guidance. We certainly appreciate it. And Mr. Turner, especially thank you for your years of service. We appreciate you, and we're going to miss you.
Thank you, Nate. Okay, we'll stand adjourned.